My name is Tova Friedman, and I am a Holocaust survivor. I was born in Danzig, the Polish site, Gdynia, in 1938, 1 year before the breaking out of the war. My very first memory, I was about 3, and we were living in a ghetto, and because it was so crowded, I had to be under the table. There was no other room. There were about 15,000, 20,000 people in that ghetto because they put people from other cities also. They killed thousands of people. Most of them went to Treblinka. My whole family was killed, except my mother and father, which I was lucky. And we spent weeks and weeks and weeks cleaning up this gigantic ghetto, covering up all traces. The blood, the bodies had to be buried. I remember that very well, being with my parents and walking around with them because I was afraid to be left alone. And then they had selections, you know. First they had the elderly selection, then they had the sick people selection, and then they had the children's selection. And when that happened, my parents hid me in a crawl space, and I survived the children's selection. And when that was over, I still had to hide because there were no children on the street left. And after that, they took us straight to Auschwitz. They cut my braids, shaved my hair, and they took off my clothes. I was tattooed. We were traumatized. And all I wanted to do was to eat. I was 5½, but you can't forget that. You know, there was no food, there was no water, and the worst thing, there was no place to go to the bathroom. I don't think people realize the consequences of prejudice and hatred. They see it happening, but they don't know the end product and the result. That's the problem, that it goes on for generations, and it hurts not only the people who went through it, but the children and the grandchildren of these people. Ignorance can make it happen again if you don't confront it. Join the We Remember campaign for International Holocaust Remembrance Day. Write the words "We Remember" on a sheet of paper. Take a picture holding the sign. Post it to social media. Make sure that the Holocaust will never be forgotten.